The calendar turns to January. We are ready for pitchers and catchers to report. We're antsy. Steve Phillips, good morning. Happy New Year to you. Matt H. and I are always shocked at how much talent is left at this point in the year, every year, and this season no different. We're fans. What are front offices thinking at this point in the year?
Yeah, I got to tell you, there's got to be a lot of stress out there right now.
Yeah.
Now, the good news is that there are some players available that could impact rosters, that can make difference. If you're looking for veteran leaders, there's all kinds of guys out there. You want right-handed power, you got it. You want left-handed power and athleticism, you've got Cody Bellinger. You want starting pitching from the left side, you've got Snell and Montgomery. I mean, there are still a lot of guys. You could put together a roster of a team that I think that you could find an entire team that could win the AL Central and the NL Central of the players left in free agency right now. These guys all became one team, the 31st team, and went to the Central Divisions. I think they'd win those Central Divisions. So there's a lot of talent still out there.
You just gave us a segment idea for tomorrow. Our wheels are turning. As the time ticks on, Steve, does leverage change? Who benefits more as time goes on, player or team?
Yeah, I think probably the players do because, look, as a general manager, after the holidays, I'm antsy. Like, I want to get my team put together. I know we're ready to go to spring training. I know there's, the supply starts to diminish a little bit. My owner wants to sell tickets, and this is the time to do it. And so I think the players gain some advantage right now by waiting, which is why in the past you've seen Scott Boras push things deeper into the offseason.
I mean, some big names already off the board. Yamamoto in Los Angeles, of course, and we're hearing as of yesterday that his opt-outs are tied to elbow health. I love your thoughts on that 12-year deal, anticipating issues in the future.
Yeah, I just, this is so interesting. And, as a general manager, people are saying, well, the opt-outs benefit the player. The player can get back out to free agency. I got to tell you that if he has an elbow injury, the opt-outs push back a couple of years. And it gives him more time to recover and heal and then make a decision if he's healthy to get back out there. Give me the 25-year-old pitcher that I can hold for 5 years. Then let him go be a free agent, and I'll sign the next 25-year-old pitcher, get him for the first 5 years of the 12 years I signed him. Let somebody else deal with years 7 or 6 through 12 to go out through it. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this ultimately plays out. But the opt-outs don't just help the players. In many regards, I'd be okay even if the guy's pitching in his prime, because I don't want to pay for him at the age of 30 for what he's going to be at the age of 37. Let him walk, and I'll go sign the next young guy.
Wow, you want the first 5 years. Him being 25 gives Dodgers flexibility on the back end, but that's so interesting. Official yesterday, Steve, Frankie Montas to Cincinnati, and it was pretty clear. They said, the front office, that this was kind of the final piece, right? Maybe a bench bat, maybe a waiver claim, but this was it. Your thoughts when you heard this signing?
Yeah, one, I thought it was a lot of money for him coming off of an injury. He had a shoulder issue, which is always scarier than an elbow issue. And I would have thought that in Cincinnati, they would need more predictability. They were a very unpredictable starting rotation. One, because they're young. Two, because they had health issues. I think somebody, a Nola or somebody like that, I understand the price point's different. But even you start looking at a Kyle Gibson, at least he's predictable, that you give him the ball every fifth day, you know what you're going to get from him, and he's going to go out there and pitch. For Montas, you're unsure right now coming back from health. You've got an entire rotation of young guys who are uncertain, and so predictability is what I would have gone with, which isn't what I think Frankie Montas brings to the equation.
So many teams need multiple starters. Perhaps Cincinnati is done with that signing. We're very concerned about the Padres bullpen today, aren't we? They signed Matsui the other day. Keith just told me 236 saves. Does it write itself? Is he the closer?
Well, I think it gives them options for sure. But listen, they have Robert Suarez, who has excellent stuff, who has had some saves himself. But what they did is they built into the contract to be able to protect themselves and to protect Matsui, that if he does emerge as the closer, he'll get paid for it. So he's got bonuses that in the end, he paid 5 years, about over $30 million. So it'll be less than what a legitimate full-time closer has been here in the States in the past, but it will boost him up from being just a setup pitcher in the future. I think there's a chance that if they're out of it at the deadline, Suarez gets dealt and Matsui emerges moving forward as that closer. And look, somewhere down the road, they may trade him too, because at $6 million, if he is a very effective closer, and on average or a little bit more than that per year, that's a very movable contract. So I think it works for both parties, and certainly for the Padres, it gives them some flexibility moving forward.
Now we're looking ahead to the trade deadline already. I love it. Made his Japanese big league debut at age 18. Crazy. Steve Phillips, I feel underdressed. You look very dapper this morning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate the time, as always.